With the new How to Train Your Dragon live action remake hitting cinemas soon, I want to explore a simple question. Should this film have even been made? We've all seen the recent wave of live action remakes, many drawn from animated classics that shaped childhoods and now live on the hearts of the adults who grew up with them. Now, Universal Pictures is joining the trend, reimagining a modern classic with its live action adaptation of the beloved How to Train Your Dragon franchise. For me, I was already in my 20s when the first film came out, but even then, it instantly became a favourite. And for many people my age, it's now a legacy franchise. One that holds a nostalgic place in our hearts, even if we weren't kids when we saw it. The original animated How to Train Your Dragon was without question an iconic masterpiece. But what truly set it apart was the heart. At its core, it was a story about being true to yourself. Hiccup, a misfit teen, sees the world differently and has the courage to act on it, even when his own father and closest friends urge him to conform. The film's core message, be courageously who you are and don't judge others based on appearances, resonated deeply, and it still does. Pair that with a unique and beautiful animation style, and it's no wonder How to Train Your Dragon became a classic. It launched the trilogy, expanded into a wider franchise, and left a lasting mark on animated storytelling. I truly loved the original, I still do, and that's why I have some concerns about this live action remake. Let's talk about the way Disney trampled all over, the track record of other live action remakes. Take The Lion King, for example. Sure, it looks stunning. It may not be considered live action, but the idea was to bring The Lion King to life with photorealistic CGI. This came at the cost of emotional expression, and the original's charm and magic were stripped away in favor of realism and ultimately made the story feel, well, hollow. The over-exaggerated motions of animation were lost, and so was our connection to the characters. Then there's Aladdin. It had all the right ingredients, story, characters, even some good performances, but something was missing. The charm and energy of the original just didn't translate. The tone felt darker, more serious, and honestly, a little off. And while Will Smith gave it his all, no one can truly replace Robin Williams as a genie. I would consider it one of the better remakes, but honestly, I left the cinema thinking that was made. Why? And don't even get me started on The Little Mermaid and Snow White, not to mention the litany of animation remakes that have come and gone. Some are not bad, but most are not great. Which brings me to the big question, who are these remakes even for? Are these remakes really meant for us, the fans who grew up on the originals? Because if they are, they mostly miss the mark. For many of us, they fail to capture the emotional depth, charm, or nostalgic magic we remember. And honestly, speaking for myself and a lot of people in my circle, most of us don't have the disposable income or even the time to spend on something we've already seen, especially when it's being repackaged in a way that often feels more like a cash grab than a heartfelt tribute. When you've only got a few hours a week to sit down and enjoy a movie, why would you choose a watered down version of something you already had loved? Worse, there's always that lingering fear. What if they butcher it? We've seen it happen before. Or are these films meant for a new generation? And if that's the case, why not just improve the original animation or tell a new story entirely? Because the charm of the films like How to Train Your Dragon is found in the animated format itself. It allows for imagination, exaggeration, and beauty in ways that realism can't always capture. And let's be honest, the constant cycle of remaking legacy franchises is getting stale. It makes Hollywood feel creatively bankrupt, like studios are too afraid to invest in new stories, new characters, and new ideas. Instead of clinging to the past, why not create films that speak to today's generation? Write stories with new themes, new challenges, and lessons that reflect the world kids and teens are growing up in now. That said, it's not all doom and gloom. There are reasons to be optimistic about this remake. The biggest one, they brought back the original director and writers. That is a huge win. And if anyone can recapture the magic of How to Train Your Dragon, it's a team who made it great in the first place. This shows the studio isn't just doing a shallow cash grab, they're giving the project real thought. And importantly, this won't be a shot-for-shot remake. The filmmakers have confirmed they're updating the story and expanding the themes, revisiting moments and characters with a new lens. They've said they want to dive deeper into emotional arcs and world building they didn't have the time or technology to explore fully the first time around. That can mean more nuanced character growth, richer relationships, and fresh ideas that complement the original without simply copying it. With today's advancement in filmmaking, there's a real potential for this to be more than just a visual upgrade. If done right, it could be a respectful reimagining that builds on everything that made the original special. So, will it be a good movie? That remains to be seen. I'll be reviewing it soon and sharing my honest thoughts. But for now, I leave you with the question I started with. Do we need a live action How to Train Your Dragon, or should we leave perfection untouched? Stay tuned.